Hello, everyone. I'm Robert Deanda.
And I'm Andy Deanda, and this is On Delay Sports.
Today, we're going to talk about the matchup between the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh Steelers are coming off a victory against the Rams last week, even though they did lose Big Ben. And Baltimore's coming off a bitter defeat against the Raiders, who won in a last-second touchdown. So you know they're desperate for a victory tonight. So, Andy, how do you see tonight's game playing out?
I think Mike Vick's going to take over, be the veteran quarterback that he is, hand the ball off to Le'Veon Bell. And then from there, I think certain other pass catchers are going to take their mark, especially Antonio Brown, who's probably going to be the possession receiver that we know him as, and the running backs like DeAngelo Williams continuing as a backup, be somebody that's important and continue to help these Steelers moving that ball down and scoring on the Ravens.
Okay. I can't see the Ravens going 0-4, especially with a Super Bowl winning quarterback and coach. And I really just think the desperation is going to set in. So the Ravens, I do see them winning tonight, and we're gonna see how this game plays out. This is one of my favorite matchups of the year, and it's going to be physical, and there's going to be some big hits, probably a few personal fouls for hitting a defenseless receiver. So it's going to be a really good game. But we do know that football is played on the gridiron, but with the growing popularity of fantasy football, we got to include that in our segment. So we're starting something new with our On The List Starts of the Week. And my On The List Start of the Week is going to be Heath Miller. I see him scoring possibly 2 touchdowns this week because Michael Vick, he is going to throw to the closer receiver, and that's Heath Miller. And he's a very trustworthy tight end, catches everything thrown to him, and I think he's going to have a really good week. Andy, who's your On The List Start of the Week?
Let me get my coach's hat. All right.
They're going to have Antonio Brown out there.
Let me begin with Heath Miller. I have him in the league, my biggest money league, and I benched him. Anyways, I think Forsett is going to come up. He is my on-delay start of the week. Why? Because he's had average games so far. Therefore, he's got to have a blow-up game, and I believe it's going to be this week, Robbie.
Okay. I'm going to say hold your horses on that start because Forsett, he's in a big timeshare this year with the rookie Buck Allen, and Taliaferro is also getting plays quite a bit, and he just hasn't done much. I was high on Forsett at the beginning of the year from Mark Trestman coming from Chicago and the success he had with Matt Forte, but Forsett just hasn't put that type of production on the field yet, and I really don't see that changing this week.
I can see that. I can see that because I've lived with him as a starter the past 3 weeks. So I can understand what you're saying about that. But I also think for my Hold Your Horses player this week, it would be Antonio Brown. And I just spoke about him earlier as being somebody that'd be important to help them win. But I don't know if he's going to get the touchdowns this week. I think Mike Vick's going to put it to wherever it is and be a veteran instead of forcing it. So therefore, I think this may be the week where Antonio Brown, you should sit him. And coming close and near game time, some people may or may not have the option to do that. But the main thing is, to me, if you are in a non-PPR league where you don't get the points for receptions, that is because then if he gets 50 yards and 7 receptions, he would have 12 points in a PPR league format. But if there's no receptions with points, you might only get 50 or 60 yards, which would translate to 5 or 6 points, especially if he doesn't get a touchdown. So that's my Hold Your Horses pick of tonight's game.
That's bold, man. That's bold. Sitting Antonio Brown. But to each his own. Well, that's it for tonight's program. Thank you guys for showing. This was On The List Sports.